Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Shauna. Let's get into this. So, y'all, as y'all know, we've been phasing through this periodic table series, right? But every now and again, we'll get a topic where we're cutting through it, right? The Most High wants me to talk about it. So far, of the most important elements, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen, we've discussed all of them but nitrogen, right? And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the other four elements that are also essential to life, and we're going to start going over things that have chemical reactions, what we can use to make our lives a little easier, right? As far as living off the land and things like that. We're moving towards that. We're going to be discussing the tutoring and everything. But the Most High had me look into this story. I thought nothing of it. I seen it on my timeline a few days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, right? And it just stayed in the back of my mind. And then it popped up again. Like, you know how you have Google and then, like the stories that are right there, like what's trending. And he's like, look into it. And I'm like, okay. And then I look into it and I'm like, whoa. When I say this is warfare written all over it, when I say that I am just lost. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's a young man who had went missing March 6, 2015. His name is Rudy Farias. Farias. I hope I'm not butchering the name. Born October 1st, 1997 to Rodolfo Farias and Ajani Santana in Houston. Now, of course, I looked up, where the planets were transiting because I wanted to know what was going on in the universe when all of this stuff happened. Obviously, March 6th, the sun is in Pisces, but when I did a little research, I found out that Jupiter was in Cancer. Now, the reason why I looked solely into Jupiter is because Jupiter is the planet related to Pisces. If you know, you know. So, okay, I'm not going to go into all of the birth charts and the natal stuff, but I just wanted to consider the fact that what's going on in the ethers has a lot to do with this and the rituals and the energy that's going on around the time frame that this particular situation happened. Now, remember, I said Jupiter was in Cancer. I don't think it's a coincidence that he reappeared officially June 29th of this year, and 8 years later after he had disappeared. Now, why I'm saying officially is because he had been reported missing, but everyone who had been around him, who knows him, like family and things like that, were like basically saying no, he was never missing, he was always home. Now, before I get into the red flags, I want to just state that the neighbors, more than two, multiple neighbors said he had never been missing. An activist who spoke with the kid by the name of Cornell X stated the young man revealed that his mom had been drugging him and sexually abusing him, and that was the reason he had left, because he had grew tired and he was basically being held captive as a sex slave. Now, I want to first say that she to date hasn't been arrested, no charges held against her, but people said that she's gone missing and no one has been able to see her. And when asked on camera, you will visibly see her run away. She grew uncomfortable and ran off when asked about the accusations mentioned, right? Okay. This activist also stated that the young man also revealed to him that she was giving him psychedelic drugs like mushrooms and stuff like that for like years. Okay, Now, let's go into why I'm saying, okay, now I see why the creator had me look at this and why I'm saying this is definitely some spiritual stuff going on. Aside from her drugging him and molesting him, let's look at some other things around this. Now, the father had killed himself a year prior. He killed himself. This was a year before. His older brother had also just recently died due to a motorcycle accident. They're saying that the pictures used were from 2012, and some people had even stated that that wasn't even him in the pictures that was used to report him missing initially. Now, I'm going to get into the warfare's, red flags. Aside from the husband killing himself and aside from the son dying in a motorcycle car accident, let's look at the topics we had already discussed. We discussed energy harvesting from people, conjuring up emotions that are related to kidnapping and missing persons, right? Situations. We discussed parents needing to protect their children from their own demons and demons from other adults and demons that are already dwelling in children. We discussed how a person's mental health is ultimately questioned, and the reason why is because the police are saying that the Quanell X version is not something that they heard, and the sisters of the mom are stating that the husband was a police officer, and that is the reason why she's not being charged. Okay? This is crazy. Now, empathy, fear, sympathy, currency, all of these things can come to you as a form of manifestations of people extending love to you when you're going through a situation like that, right? So these are some of the things that can be conjured up. You can do a lot with that energy if you are an evil person. If you know, you know. Okay? We talked about being drugged. We just talked about this a few days ago. About drugs being used to isolate and captivate people. The fact that his mental health status is now being questioned is probably one of the tell signs. Not only because of the different versions of the story being questioned, but just also the overall situation. Now, what's most interesting is that when he was found not only cut up and bruised up, he was found in front of a church. The mom was reported to had a GoFundMe page for him, stating that he had cancer and they were trying to raise money and he was asthmatic. The family is saying neither of that is true. Neither one of those things is true. Okay? So, all of these different things definitely to me look like some spiritual things are going on in the background. Now, initially, I was going to say, this could have been a demon that was passed on to the wife from the husband. Hence the reason why, the husband is no longer with us in this dimension, and the son. I'm not sure if that's his child also, but just follow me, okay? Because we've been discussing how, bloodlines are being cut short. And because that demon hadn't been dealt with by the mom, this is just a theory. that she's now killing off the rest of the bloodline, or attempting to. If you're not going to physically kill someone, you can kill them in spirit. And drugging them and abusing them, especially sexually, is a sure way to kill someone's spirit. Okay? Then I said, okay, maybe this is from the mom's side. And why I said it's from the mom's side is because obviously, why would you do this to your own child? But then I'm looking at how the sisters are not in agreement. I'm kind of leaning more towards the father's side, having that breakdown in the lineage. Remember, you have demons also, and if you don't deal with them, they can latch on to your children. And if you are dealing or dabbling in dark arts, this is how things begin to manifest. Remember, we had the discussion. This is the revelation. Okay? These are revelations. Things are changing. Things are going on in the universe that are forcing revelations to come forward. Pay attention. Pay attention. If you are a part of the spiritual community, the conscious community, the religious community, especially the religious community, if you're an avid reader of any sacred text, if you're a scholar, a philosopher, an archaeologist, you will know what exactly it is that I'm making reference to. This is the time. We're stepping into a new day and age, and things are being revealed. And if you are on the good side or the bad side, we're going to be finding out. You can't hide anything anymore. Those are the type of times we're living in. You can't hide anything anymore. And I think it's important to state that, because a lot of people who also, do things they shouldn't be doing, they're also aware of that. And they're either going to stop or continue what they're doing and try to keep things in secret, or just be brazen and just do the shit in your face. Okay? This story was important. I knew there was a reason the creator, because we see missing person stories a lot. It's becoming a lot more common, right? There's even people that's gone missing that were in my city, and it's not that I don't care, but I haven't really looked into it. But I know that this particular situation, the Most High said, no, look into this. And a lot of the things we've been discussing recently, right? We've been on the podcast for over a year now, right? So these topics are way more recent than others. So to have this story have all of those red flags in it, things we literally just discussed, is like scary. To see how these things can manifest into the 3D. And when you're not careful, your life will begin to change. I am convinced that is an active demon inside of that woman attacking her child. Maybe I'm wrong about the part, with it being, something attacking the dad's bloodline. But that's what it appears to be, only because of the side that the mom's family is on. And I also feel like she's definitely practicing some stuff on the police also. If you know, you know, right? I love y'all. Keep y'all prayers up high. Eat y'all good food. Drink y'all water. Stay away from that cheese, all that dairy, all that bread and rice and pasta. Okay, I love y'all. Please take care of yourselves and just breathe easy, man, because this is a wicked world that we live in, and sometimes you just gotta watch out for the people right up under your nose. Love y'all. Peace.